You are in a funk that you just can't get out of, and you keep on asking why. But the question should actually be this: what is my purpose? So this week, guys, we're going to talk about purpose, shaping your heart, having faith, and asking God to use you. So welcome back to the show, Chasing Happiness. I'm Ryan DeMent, your host. Please subscribe and share the videos I'm putting out. I'm trying to create community. I love your feedback. Love to have discussions, but better yet, let's get the word out there. So let's get into it, guys. So you are facing a storm. You are in a funk that just doesn't stop. Hello. Welcome to the club. It can be personal, professional, financially, relationship, health, whatever those things are. The number one thing that I'm learning on this faith journey is one, spending time with God, putting my face in the good book, and finding peace and eliminating my anxiety. The question that we all struggle with, that I opened up with, is why? Are we not a society that's full of self-loathing, all about me, chasing the Joneses, even though they're broke and going to file bankruptcy? When has it been about serving others? We seem to miss that piece of our life. Life isn't about taking care of yourself and all this is going to happen because of your actions. There are bigger things in play. And the only way I know to describe it, and we've talked about this on a prior episode, is peace. For the longest time, I always thought peace was having no issues in my life. The peace that I'm talking about today is you can go to bed at night, go to sleep, and you have a storm brewing outside of your four walls or inside your four walls, whatever that case is. That peace comes from God. That peace is having faith. That peace is part of having purpose and asking for purpose. That peace is also asking for wisdom. God has blessed us, each and every one of us, with some set of skills. Whether you're an artist, you're a financial analyst, truck driver, nurse, doctor, dentist, teacher, librarian, whatever the case is, you all have some type of skill set that one, either you're using in your current role and it's only being used for yourself, or two, your skills and your purpose are not being used at all in your current role, in your job, and you're not using those skills to help others. Where does it say in the Bible that we need to be all about ourselves? It says serve others, help the needy, help the poor. And now you're saying, oh, now you're telling me I need to be poor or I need to give everything away. No, you have time, you have money, and you also have skills, purpose that you can actually give. In the Bible, it doesn't tell you that you can't get rich. It does tell you that you can't serve money and God at the same time. One has to be higher than the other. And when you have money higher than God, you've got a lot more problems. I've lived that life. I know what that's like, chasing the next promotion, chasing the next paycheck, chasing the next big thing. The best way to describe it was I was on a path of burnout. I was always anxious about something. I was always trying to get to the next level. Again, I'm not telling you that you can't do these things. I'm telling you when it's all by itself and you have nothing else and you're not using your skill sets and your purpose to help others, that's where we get in trouble. When it becomes me and I'm the only one that can make things happen, that's where we all fall short. It's truly believing in God, Jesus, having faith, putting your face in the good Bible. If we continue on the path of being self-centered, where does it put you? Do you have any friends? Do you have people that you can count on? Be honest with yourself. Do you have 4 people you can call and count on when things go bad, when they go sideways, whether it be health, financial, relationship, whatever the case is? Do you have 4 people that you can call, that you can count on, that you can tell him or her what's going on in your life, have an open dialogue, and they're not going to judge you? I struggle with that. I know I've got 2, but I don't have 2 more. When I say family, church family. If you're not plugged into a church, find a church that preaches the Bible, the good word. Not all the political BS, just straight up from the Bible. That's it. As we get older, yes, it does get harder to create friends. But when you get plugged into a church that you enjoy, it really helps grow that aspect of your life to where you can start interacting with people in small groups, like a men's group or a Bible study. But you get to start knowing people in more of an intimate setting to where maybe you exchange telephone numbers, you text message, whatever the case is. But if you don't have 4 people you can actually count on through thick and thin, that's a challenge. And that's an issue. And I have that issue. I'm with you. I am working on, I don't want just 4. I'd love to be able to have 6 or 7 that I can truly call compadres, friends, brothers of faith, to where if something happens to them or they need help, I can step up and help them with my skills, my purpose. If something happens to me, that does the exact same thing. And when I was listening to this podcast, he's a pastor. He does actually state, think of it this way. However large your church is, let's say your church is 150 people. What would happen if you stopped coming to church? Do you have anybody that's going to pick up the phone and say, hey, what's going on? Are you okay? Or maybe you got taken to the hospital because you got a serious bout of the flu and you need some help with around the house and get food brought in, so forth, whatever the case is. That hits home. That really hits home. Because at times I feel like I'm on this journey by myself. It's partially by my own doing because I'm not pushing myself in my faith journey to make sure that I'm reaching out and connecting with other like-minded faith followers, God followers, Jesus followers, however you want to say that. That is a challenge for me, is just having those open conversations. There are a few people I can have those open conversations with. There's some that we have basic conversations, but I share mostly everything on my podcast. Between this podcast and Chasing Financial Freedom podcast, I share it so it gets out to the world. It's finding the right people that you feel like you're plugged in with and you're connected. Not saying they're not out there. I guess as you get older, it's harder to connect with others, friends, that type of thing. And that's a crutch that I struggle with. But circling back, coming back 180 degrees. If you're in that storm, you're struggling, you don't know which way's up, you got to find what you're doing in your purpose. If it's all about you and that's it, guess what? You need to be asking God, use me. Find a place to be used. You have skills. Now, here's the other thing. If those skills and purpose are not being used, could you potentially create a business out of that would actually help you financially, but also help others with purpose and passion, wisdom to be passed on? That's a question only you can answer. Because your JOB, is not your purpose. Your job is just a paycheck. Wouldn't it be wonderful that you could find what your true purpose is with the skills that God gave you and be able to use them for bigger and better things to serve others? But oh, by the way, you can make a living off of it. Byproduct. It allows you to tithe and give back to the church. You can give back through your time, through your purpose and your skill sets. You can donate. There's all types of things you can actually do. And lastly, guys, is this. In times of need, times of crisis, times of storms, you need to draw closer to God. That's what he's trying to help. He's trying to tell you. Draw closer to him. Start putting your face into the good book. Lower your anxiety. Be present for what you're doing now. Start asking, what's my purpose? Start having those conversations. Journal. Find ways to have quiet time to find that direction. And lastly, plug yourself into a great church that preaches the good word from the Bible. Stay healthy, stay safe.